Skirtalot, Skirtalot, there's been a death.
Another one? Why, this is my third one this week. I've hardly had time to smoke my pipe.
We've got to go now. The body's still warm. We don't know if it was a murder.
Scotland law is never any help. Alright, I'll solve it. Let's go, Brawn. I am Skirtalot Bromes, and this is my partner, not in crime, Brawn Shotson. Red herring, is it?
The B is silent. In Scotland, the two T's make a D sound.
Red herring? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be culturally offensive.
But good for you for being an ally. I'm from the Scotland lawn.
There. Well, if it isn't my arch nemesis, Archibald Blaine. Skirtalot Bromes, I never thought I'd see you again. Especially after I killed her, after your wife had that tragic accident. Foolish man, that wasn't my wife, that was Brawn's.
You said she was away in Paris.
She was. She is in the finest cemetery there.
Actually, I already solved it. It was a suicide. Really? Incredible! Alright, see you next suicide. Well, Skirtalot, I'm sorry I dragged you here.
Well, my dear Shotson, I'm actually glad that you dragged me here. For you see, this was most definitely not a suicide. Yes, it was. That Scotland lawn man, Red Herring, said so. Fool. Shotson, take note. Starting with the gunshot wound. It was in the back of the head. The trajectory of such a shot would make it incredibly difficult for her to have shot herself. Also, the bullet wound is larger than it would be if she had shot herself from a close distance, like within reach of her arms. The bullet must have been shot from at least 2 yards away. Daniel Damsel does not even own a gun. Furthermore, look around the room. Small signs of struggle. Not much. She is either very weak or drugged. Any, if not all, could be the case. Lastly, she had no motive. From her engagement ring, she was set to marry someone, and from her wedding dress hanging in the closet, her wedding was approaching. From the half-embroidered handkerchief, she must have cared for him a lot.
If only she had embroidered his full initial. We only have one letter.
We shall find out soon enough. I still think it was a suicide. Skirtalot here is just trying to sound smart. Shotson, we shall not surround ourselves with negative vibes. Let us make haste to the lab. Is no one going to call a mortician or take care of the body? No? It is fortunate that I gathered some of the victim's fluid.
Why? Why are you putting it in that contraption?
Something was off with the disturbance and in Damsel's room. I suspect that there's another aspect at play. Brawn, go answer it. I do believe that it is our source. While you're doing that, I'm going to go for a walk in the park.
Hello, my name is Brawn Shotson. Is there anything I can help you with?
Hello, I'm Terry, Miss Terry Source. I have information regarding the death of Miss Daniel Damsel.
You had better come in.
I was very good friends with Miss Daniel Damsel. I don't think that it was a suicide. At times, he could be quite violent. She never saw any of it, but one time she got flowers from a man besides him, and he got upset and started tearing all the petals off.
Had Miss Damsel ever been known to be unfaithful to this man?
She would flirt a lot, but she never meant anything. You might know him, actually. He works at Scotland Lawn. Brett Herring. Do you know him? Unfair. I just love seeing a familiar face in the park.
Oh, Mr. Bromes, you recognise me?
Intuition? What are you doing with the shovel?
Fertilising the plants.
Your concern for the environment is admirable.
Is that the Spanish Inquisition over there?
Where? I say, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just getting a pesky fly off of you.
Thanks, old chap. I should get going. We have a mystery source being interviewed.
Oh, you know a Miss Terry source as well?
Amazing, that's exactly who it is. Well, cheerio then. The results are in. Arsenic. Obviously, this is a premeditated murder. Someone must have had access to the food. Let's check the maid.
Skirtalot. I found out who the murderer might be. Miss Sauce. Brett Herring.
Impossible. He was helping the environment just this morning. A man like that can't possibly commit murder.
But was he? He was apparently very violent and jealous.
Even so, we can't be too careful. Let's interview the maid. Did you poison Miss Daniel Damsel?
No, of course not. How would I?
Easily, by slipping it into her food, perhaps. The cook tells me that you gossiped about Miss Damsel often. Obviously, you did not care much for her.
That's ridiculous. I don't just kill people I don't like, much less poison them.
Aha! How could you have known that she was killed with arsenic?
Skirtalot. I found the murder weapon.
As someone in on this case, I have every right to decide who we get to interview. Well, the maid has already confessed to arsenic poisoning. Brawn, stay with Mr. Verlaine and the maid. I'm going to go check the fingerprint test.
Well, if the maid confessed to murder, then...
Obviously, the maid hated Miss Damsel. She was jealous of the fact that Brett Herring loved her and that she was engaged and rich. In fact, maid here was in love with Brett Herring too, so she slowly poisoned her. And then, in a fit of jealousy, she shot her when she was weak.
Amazing.
Actually, I already have the maid's fingerprints and they do not match those on the gun. Brawn, could I take yours?
But you know I didn't kill her.
I know you didn't. Simple procedure. Mr. Verlaine, I will need yours as well. This is ridiculous. I'm a detective, the greatest of Britain, in fact.
Are you kidding me? Did you really expect me to let you throw me under the train like that? I can't believe I've been so used. I didn't shoot Miss Damsel. I poisoned her. Yeah. But only because I love Archibald. He told me to. He said that once Brett was out of the way, he got a good position to marry me.
Well, we won't need your fingerprints now, Mr. Verlaine. In prison, the police take them for you. Police, take Mr. Verlaine away. He murdered Miss Daniel Damsel.
Why do you think he did it? Do you think he really loved the maid?
No, the only thing he loves is his greasy mustache. He wanted Brett Herring out of the way. It would be very suspicious to kill him, as Brett Herring was on the trail of Archibald Verlaine for the murder of Mrs. Shotson.
What, my wife?
Yes.
I can't believe you told me she was in Paris. At least I won't have to deal with my in-laws.
Oh, Skirtalot and Shotson are the OG Batman and Robin. They run around all over town, the criminals be sobbing. Oh, Skirtalot and Shotson, like Massachusetts and Boston. They go together like birds of a feather, bashing bad dudes on the noggin. Oh, Skirtalot and Shotson, like Sherlock and Watson, but not exactly like, 'cause that's copyright, and that is not my doctrine.
I found them a weapon.
Skirtalot Bromes. I never thought I don't know why. Hey, how did you like working on Skirtalot Bromes and Brawn Shotson?
It was hard work, but it changed me. It turned me into a different person. I really felt it.
Yeah.
I felt like over the process. Yeah.
And our connection to Harambe, I thought that we should really talk about. We put this video in his memory because I actually flew over Chicago once, and that was from where he.
It is true. It is true. We have flown over the city of Chicago, so we do have strong connection with him.
Furthermore, how did you like getting along with all the other actors?
Well, it was hard sometimes because I felt like we didn't agree on everything, but in the end, our friendship proved to be stronger than any bond.
And that is Skiralot Bromes and Brawn Shotson.
Did you hear? There's been a murder.
I heard there's been a murder. Scotland Lawn said it was suicide, the last resort of an unhappy bride. But did you hear?
There's been a murder.
I heard there's been a murder. Skirtalot Bromes will solve the case, as he always does, with much grace. There's murder.
Did you hear about the murder?
We don't know about the murder. Brawn Shotson will give aid to Skirtalot's escapade. But did you hear
About the murder?
We must know about the murder. Suspects of this case include Mr. Verlaine, who is very rude. Furthermore, Bright Herring is quite sketchy in that brain of his. Oh, did you hear about the murder?